So I said I was going to talk about reading today, but as the week wore on, it became apparent that a better topic would be feminism and sex and sexual politics. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. And I'm going to start off with this movie that is coming out, or it may already be out, or I don't know. All I know is that it's got Emily Browning. This movie, Sucker Punch. I don't know what it's about. I don't know what its genre is. I don't know who directs it. I don't know anything about it except for Emily Browning, and that there was a scene, a sex scene, where Emily Browning was clearly enjoying herself, and the rating society said, in order to get the rating you want for this film, that scene is going to have to be edited down majorly. So they edited it down, and by the time it was acceptable for this rating, the scene had become not Emily Browning enjoying herself during sex, but Emily Browning more or less being raped. It had become non-consensual and harmful and violent, and I believe the scene was taken out of the movie entirely in protest, which is cool. I wish they'd been able to keep the entire thing in, because that would have made more of a statement and been more progressive, but point is, I would just like to say to the MPAA, that's disgusting. To actively basically say to women everywhere, it's not okay for you to be sexual beings and to enjoy it. This is something to be ashamed of, and this is something that you should hide away forever. That's not okay to tell that to women when we know that men don't have anything to be ashamed of in their sexuality, ever. Homophobia aside, which is a whole other can of worms that I can't even... If a man is having sex and enjoying it, that's fine. If a woman is having sex and enjoying it, apparently that's bad and wrong. I don't understand how. I don't understand why. Maybe it's unsightly. Maybe that's it. But of course, watching a shark tear people's guts out, or watching Alex DeLarge rape this woman and beat her husband half to death, that's also fine. And I mean, God, so many things, so many horrible images that we allow our children to see, that we allow very young children to see, and yet allowing the image of a woman taking control of her sexuality, that's taboo, and that's bad, and that should be closeted away with all our worst sins. I'm disgusted. Most people are disgusted, I think. It's a problem. It's a big problem, especially with everything that's going on with this, the GOP's war on women that we're hearing about. I'll put some, I'm not really gonna, in the interest of time, I'm not really gonna go into it in this video, but I will put some links up about the bills that are trying to go through Congress and etc. So you can read up on those if you like, and please do because that would be cool and supportive and everything. What I want to talk about now is slightly in a different direction. I feel like, as women, as feminists, we are a lot of the time expected to to present ourselves as examples and political statements. We must always be fighting to feel empowered and in control all the time. Okay, yeah, definitely. What bothers me is that there are elements of sex that are, shall we say, creative. And they are private, and they are personal, and they shouldn't really be anyone's business but that of the people involved in that particular act. Let's suppose that this kink or this interest or this intrigue is domination and submission, with the woman being the submissive one. Is that frowned upon by feminists because it invariably gives up control to, unless you're having sex with a woman, if you're in a heterosexual sex situation, I guess is what you would call it, is that kind of role-playing or kink or whatever, is that frowned upon because it gives up control to a man? Do we not have the freedom to feel whatever we want in the name of making a political statement? Because I have a problem with that. I have a problem with being first and foremost a political statement rather than a human being with thoughts and feelings of my own. I refuse to be more politic than human being because I identify first and foremost as a human being, and then somewhere down the line as a woman, because that is just not part of my consciousness. It is, obviously, but it's not. I don't see it. I don't see things in terms of gender because I know that it's such a fluid thing. Why should my sexual preferences, whatever they may be, why should those be put on a platform and demonstrated to be either in opposition to or in accordance with the idea of feminism today? It bothers me that I have to have this conflict because I shouldn't. No one should. It's personal, and it's not political in any way. It's just people and the things they like. So that's really all I have to say about that. And I didn't come to any sort of conclusion. I just stated that I would rather be a human being than a political statement. I actually think that's a good conclusion. So, there's that. And I'm going to stop now, because I don't really have anything else to say. And if you have comments or questions or discussions, that's cool. Comment or make other videos or whatever. Sam and Muffy, whatever you think. I know these are things that you guys have been talking about, and I've been sort of quiet on this discussion front for a while because I'm not entirely sure how to say the things I think and be coherent and cohesive and everything. But I hope I've done it slightly well here. That's all, and have a good week until I see you again. Bye!